Welcome back everyone, this is Kylie and Tinkerbell from TheCurlyCrafter. I know this is only my 4th video, but in the future, in the next 3 years, I'm hoping to be thriving when I am 15. If you want to help me on that journey, make sure you subscribe, turn on those post notifications, give it a thumbs up, and share this with your friends and family so they can be a part of the journey too. With all that being said, let's get crafting. At Dollar Tree, I purchased some burlap ribbon from the crafting square, and I picked up 2 of them because I didn't know how much I would need. I ended up using 1 full one in a little bit of the second pack. Every so often I would add a little bit of hot glue so my ribbon wouldn't slide off of my foam piece while I was decorating, or even when it was hanging on the wall. Now I got these bundles of flowers from Dollar Tree. I had like 3 bundles, and I just individually cut them off their stems and organized them on my wreath as I desired. Crafting square at Dollar Tree, I also picked up some of these wooden bunny pieces, and I used 2 of them and coated them with some Waverly white chalk paint. Before I painted these, normally I patched the holes with some lightweight spackling, but I forgot to do this step, so I did this later on in the video. Taking out my trusty dusty heat gun, I use this to speed up the drying process of my white paint for the purposes of the video. I took this Princess Pink paint from Apple Barrel in this warm buff, and I dry brushed the pink paint on to make it look like wood grain, and I used the brown warm buff to make the edges look like more rustic. At Dollar Tree, I picked up 2 of these bunny banner sets. I will be using the pastel ones, but for now I did not think of any ideas for the brighter colors, so I ripped off 2 of their tails and glued it to my wooden bunnies. My grandma gave me these packs of floral foam stickers, and I never had any use for them until now. They were just lying along inside my craft closet until I decided to take these flowers and add a flower crown on the top of my 2 bunnies. I decided to place these on the 2 edges and hot glue them with hot glue because I saw no reason that they would fall off, or saw no other reason for stronger glue. This super easy and inexpensive DIY was only $5. This part is optional. I took some raffia and hot glued it to the back, making a loop hanger to hang on my bedroom door. This craft only took me $2. Again, I only purchased 2 of these banners. I have no purpose for the vibrant colored banners, so I started on taking all the bunnies off of the rope. I have no use for the rope either, so maybe if you have a DIY, you should spare them or just rip off their cotton balls and use them for other crafts. Anyways, I was separating them from vibrant and pastel colors. Since I had 2 packages, I had 2 of each of the colors, and I put them in the order that I wanted them on my banner. After threading on all my bunnies, I took some hot glue and glued it to the back of the felt to the jute twine, just so that my bunnies wouldn't slip or slide while they were hanging on my wall. At each of the ends of my banners, I tied tight knots so I would have something to hang with. Finally, all you have to do is hang it up and enjoy the beautiful look of your $2 banner. Next up on this list, I took one of the Dollar Tree wooden crates and painted it with this antique white parchment paint from Apple Barrel. I gave it a nice coat even though it was already a very similar color to the wood that it already was. I thought the paint gave it a nice shiny coat. I thought this jute rope would give these books a really nice look. At the end though, I ended up taking it off and replacing it with some turquoise yarn that fitted my color scheme better. I took some cute spring colors that I liked and I put them in my paint palette and used an old pencil and dabbed polka dots onto the cover of my first book. I thought it gave it nice detail and filled in the blank space. Using my mom's computer on the app Silhouette, I picked out some of the words that I wanted on my 3 books. I decided to go with Easter egg hunt because I thought that would be a cool and fun, cute Easter topic to read about if I had to choose. So I used the font called O Photo Shoot. I thought it was an elegant Easter type of look for the books I am going for. I thought it was going to give my books a nice design, and after that I went down to the corner and I pressed send and I sent it to my mom's Cameo printer using some paper from the brand Oracle. Don't forget your transfer tape. I tend to cut the pieces of transfer tape around the exact size of my wording because I do not like to waste it. I found that I had no weeding tool in my crafting area, so I found this other tool that would do the same thing laying around my house, and then I applied my transfer tape. Once again, I'm using these flower stickers to add onto my book to fill in the huge empty space on the right hand side of my words.
Get into my sticker bin again? Are you stealing all my flowers now?
After I redeemed my flower stickers, I decided to cut off the rope, and here, like I said, adding in some turquoise yarn that fit my color scheme for these books. Paintbrushes for this $5 craft, I decided to pick up these pack of 3 planters from Dollar Tree and painted them with more of my spring colored paints, the same ones that I used earlier. I also picked up this spring Easter bunny tail from the Dollar Tree and glued it into the pot that I have a pink rim on, and I added a cotton ball. Using some foam, I cut out some feet, glued them on with hot glue, used my pencil and added pink pads to the feet. and then also did the same with the bunny ears. Instead of leaving the outside rim of my bunny ears white, I decided to use the antique parchment paint and make them to match the color of my pot. Planters were painted with my Easter colors, I just put stuff inside the other two and voila! This is another really cute Easter DIY bunny candy jar, which only took $3. This ceramic bunny was hard to find at many of the Dollar Trees until I eventually found it. I sanded it down to give the bunny more of a defined shape. I used some scissors and just pulled out the rope and then used some pliers or tweezers to yank out the eye hook. This could be done by hand, but the hole is not okay with me, so I just used some lightweight spackling to fill it. I also purchased this container of lightweight spackling at my local Dollar Tree. I was afraid that my bunny would be too heavy for the part that I'm going to glue it to, so I made sure I secured the little loop thing inside my other part of the lid so that it wouldn't come apart while painting or even while just decorating with it. Again, I glued it with E6000 and added it to my lid to be ready to paint. After adding a few coats of purple paint to the bunny, it did not stick to the lid, so I just took some of the Rust-Oleum white warm chalk paint and coated the bunny before I started painting. And I didn't cover it completely, I just needed a nice base coat so I could have my paint stick to it a little bit better. Since the paint didn't stick to this too well, I was afraid that I was going to damage it, so I took this spray Mod Podge and sprayed the lid so that I wouldn't be able to beat it up. Yum, my favorite part. Pick whatever type of candy you desire. I picked these spring Easter M&Ms because the purple matched the bunny perfect, and this is how I decorated with it in any way, any place you wanted to. These are the other crafts I did, and I hope you like this video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and turn those post notifications on so you get notified every time I post a new video. Bye everyone!